You're watching the Casting Reel, presented by Aquamarine and Ranger Boats.
How you guys doing here? My partner in crime, Eric, the Outlaw Lady. We'll be bringing you all the coverage this year for the 2013 Capital City Bass Elite Team Series. Good Lord, it's a mouthful. but
you can't say that 7 times fast.
No, probably can't. But we're going to talk about the Duel in the Delta. It's going to take place next Sunday. It's going to be the first tournament of the year. We had to cancel St. John with the lake being closed, but we're getting over that. And we're ready to go fishing again. And Eric, let's talk about the conditions. What you think is going to set up for fishing?
It's all going to come down to weather conditions. I mean, I looked at the weather report a while ago with you, and it was somewhere between 50s and 60s starting out that morning. I think your high that day will probably get around 70, something like that.
70. I think it was 74. I think we saw for the high.
74. Okay, I'll go with that.
That's the New Orleans one.
I'll go with that. So I mean that area, 74. You know, that's coming right out of that cold front. So it's going to be a 14-degree jump Saturday to Sunday. So it should be a pretty decent day.
Yeah, I think the weather should be nice, a lot nicer than it was last weekend. But let's talk about areas and stuff.
We've had some weather around here, man. What was it after the first of the year? What was it, like 12 to 14 days solid rain, if not more?
Yeah, it got a lot of rain.
Yeah, it was. So it means a lot of salt water got pushed up.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that now. We'll talk about the areas. What do you think will be the key areas in this tournament, and where will the winning stringer be caught? I mean, because the Delta's a big place, so there's a lot of places to go to out there. And
well, the Delta's huge. That's no doubt about that. You got Lake Catawatchie, which right now, from what I understand, Lake Catawatchie is solid chocolate milk. So is Salvador, which they got a lot of redfish coming out of there too. Catawatchie and Salvador is a lot of redfish. Got to have a lot of salt water in there for that. So I would think that'd be the bottom of the barrel for choices. I think my top choices are going to be out of people that's going to go to Lafitte or Des Allemands is going to have a pretty good chance of taking it. But then again, we do have some people with boats big enough gas tanks to make that run to Venice, and that's going to be a defining factor. If they decide they want to make that run to Venice, the weather and everything's right out there, then you're looking at 15, 16
I don't know how the river is right now, so I don't know if it's still high or what, but I mean, that's a possibility.
I haven't looked at it. That's the problem.
If somebody makes a run there, then yeah, I mean, they could win that tournament, I think, because I just cannot see a stringer that's really coming out of that area. I mean, stringers have been bad all over South Louisiana. I mean, 15, 14 pounds have been winning, and I think it's going to be the same for this one unless somebody can just get on some good fish.
Well, yeah, and then I look at, was it Media Bass tournament or something like that out of Barrett was 15-something pounds, something
15
like that.
The rest of it's been for everywhere. I mean, it's been 15. So they had that 120-pound stringer caught at Bayou Black, and they get caught just right. But that's been the only good stringer really come out of this area. But let's talk about baits, and what do you think is going to be a key bait to win this tournament?
Well, my favorite's always been the crankbait. There's certain types of crankbaits. I mean, but I don't really intend on getting into name brands of baits, but that's really redundant at this point. That's to each his own with that, but my favorite's always been the crankbait bite. But you know, a lot of it right now with water the way it is, and with the area the way it is, I do personally spinner baits, trying to get that reaction bite early in the morning, see what it's going to do.
I think plastics, creature baits, chatter baits are going to be the way to go.
And that's got a very good chance of doing just as well because everybody knows around here in Louisiana, it's during crawfish season, the fish really start hitting the creature baits a lot. So it depends on what they're going to do. If plastic's there, it's going to be on.
Let's talk about winning weights. I'm thinking 15 and change, probably 16. It just depends. But I think somebody's going to pull out, 15, 16 and win it. I don't look for no more than that. And I think you could see a big drop off too. I think it could be like second place could be 13 or 12.
Yeah, 12.
You never know.
It's going to be. I don't think this one will be as close as the St. John tournament would have been. St. John right now, they've been pulling some good fish out, but we're going to get off of St. John here. We're on Signet. Signet's coming up. Like you said, I'll run with you on that one. 15 to 16 pounds. If somebody gets lucky enough to grab that, they're going to grab the money. Second place, I don't see second place getting anywhere near that right now, though.
That place is
too hard.
You can catch 20-pound stringers in there, but I just don't see that coming out. I mean, nobody's catching that kind of weight, and I think it's going to be tough to pull out. I mean, I think it'll catch a lot of fish, but as far as the 3-pounders and 4-pounders that go, that's going to be a treasure fish to get. But let's talk about winners, and give me your 2 top picks to win this tournament coming up next week.
2 top teams?
Yeah, who's your 2 top teams?
No certain order. I'll tell you what, man. I really like Boyd and Gale. They did real good
Boyd
last
George?
year. Boyd and George.
Yeah, Boyd Causey and George Gately.
Oh, sorry, guys, I'm bad with names. Yeah, Boyd Causey and George Gately.
Gately, yeah.
Gately, excuse me. I'll get that
Won
right
the-
sooner or
they
later.
won
One
the
of these days,
Classic
I'll get
last
it. One of
year.
these days, I'll get it right. Yeah. And I think between him and Rob Werner and his man, Zach.
Yeah.
And Zach, like I said, y'all been around. Y'all came to us last year. Y'all did really well in the Barrett tournament last year, but and pretty much throughout the rest of the year, y'all did good too. Hadn't really quite got the chance to get to know Werner yet, though.
Yeah, Rob's a good angler. He's gonna be.
He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good.
I'm taking the defending champion Troy David Ryan Badger. They won there 2011.
You go with Troy.
When in doubt, go with Troy. When in doubt, go with Troy.
What about the dark horse?
He won last year, and I think Randy Brown or Andrew Wilson, either one of those two, they're gonna be different boats. They did good there in 2011. I think they're gonna have good showings. Dark horse. Who you think that we don't really know yet? We kind of know some of the new people, but who is your dark horse pick in this tournament?
I've got to go with, really tell you the truth, I think I'm gonna pick Bryce. Bryce Hill
and Shane Edwards?
Shane Edwards and Bryce Hill. There you go.
That's a good team.
I like Bryce. He's a cool dude. Shane, I don't think I've met him yet. I think that's where I'm gonna stick with my dark horse at.
Dark horse. I'm going with somebody I've heard a lot of good things about. I'm going with Jeff Gill and Daryl Henson. I think I've heard a lot of good things about little Daryl and them. And
how old is that kid?
He's young. I think he's probably like 16, 18, somewhere in that range. He's not that.
We've got a couple kids in there. In the circuit this year.
I've heard good things about him.
15 to 17-year-old range, something like that.
I think they're going to be a good team. I think the Butlers are going to be pretty good too. I've heard some good things about Tanner and Stacy Butler. They're a new team. I've heard good things about them. I think those are going to be two good teams to watch out. Rookie teams for the whole Elite Series. I think those guys are really going to make a push to win Rookie of the Year and possibly Anglers of the Year. And while I'm talking about that,
what about
make your first? The first one's about to
what
come
about?
up.
I got a question now. What about Pucho and Caruso? They had a decent year last year.
Yeah, they're always up there though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's captain consistency. He's always in the top 10. Really, I mean,
I like that.
They haven't won yet, but I mean, they're always up there in the top 10, top 5, and eventually.
Yeah, we got it, but we did get a newcomer this year. Danny Capera and his brother are going to be fishing this year. That's going to be one to watch right there, because.
There you go, Danny Capera.
Yeah, no, I got to call Danny in there, but
I'll tell you what.
I fished a lot with Danny and his brother.
I'll make a bold pick right now. Pucho and Caruso break through and get their first win this year.
I'd like to see
That's
that.
my pick of the year.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
First win.
Because Pucho has such.
They came close a couple times.
Because Pucho smiles. When he smiles, it's ear to ear.
I'll make a pick.
Pucho, I love you, brother, but it's every time you smile, it's ear to ear.
They will win one this year. All right. Well, first of all, let's make predictions now. Angle of the year, first tournament. We don't know nothing going into it. Let's make a pick now and see what happens. Give me your one team to pick for Angle of the Year this year.
It's just one?
You get one team. That's it. That's your pick for the year. Go in. Pick, and then you'll get a chance to change it later in the year. We'll do it halfway.
I think right now, know what I knew from last year, I'm going to go with Boyd and George.
Going with Boyd and George came in second last year? That's a strong pick.
Because they were so close to you and your daddy last year. You and your daddy had, and between the split between the two of them wasn't but 1,000 points, or if that. I think
it was close. They were on behinds all year. If I got to pick one right now, I'm going with somebody who's on the verge with us, really going to the upward swing, and that's Rob Warner and Zach Pillar and those guys. They were new here to this area, and they showed us a lot. And I think this year they're going to take it. I think that's the team to watch out for. He's been doing real good in Lake Brett Bass Club. He's getting to know these areas better, and I'd really watch out for him. I think he's going to have a great year this year. He's going to take a lot of money and win some tournaments, I think. So I'd watch out for him. But, that's all we got for today. Duel in the Delta is next Sunday at a Bayou Signet State Park. Don't forget, registration starts at 4 a.m. We're cutting it off at 5:45, I'm sorry. And if you're a new team, please bring a registration form. Have it already filled out. I mean, you got to sit there in the dark and try to fill stuff out. And hope to see everybody there and start the season off the right way in the Big Easy.
Most of the guys that you haven't seen this face, learn this face, because I'm gonna be the guy that you see first thing in the morning.
All right, we'll catch y'all guys later.